So before I start, I want us to go have a look at this video.
I made a video the last time and I said Ghana youth should not fall when that Mazi Abimadu guy, whatever his name was insulting Ghanaians on his videos. I told Ghanaians to calm down, don't fall for the trap. They just want a situation where you will react and then they say, hey, we are the same. Did you notice how some Nigerians were rejoicing when Ghana experienced light off? That is to show you that the ministry likes company a lot. So they also want you to get down to their level so that they will rejoice and say, oh, Ghanaian youths are also terrible. So please, in your quest for trying to sanitize Ghana, because I want to believe that is your motive. I used to believe actually that is your point, like trying to avoid these people messing up with our country, avoid them contaminating our youths, avoid them making our people to start committing almost the same crimes as them. Please do it in a wise way. Do it in a legal way. That is where you will make a good point, and that is where you will stand out and not send the wrong message. Report to the authorities wherever you see any Nigerian guy or woman or female misbehaving, committing any crime, doing anything against the law. Report immediately to the government or the authorities. Do not for any reason take laws into your hands, my darlings. Most of this, in fact, all those Nigerian youths who are misbehaving, who are bad eggs, are damaged. They have nothing to lose. You have something to lose as a Ghanaian youth if you end up being like them. If you end up getting physical and then one person gets injured or killed, if one Ghanaian youth gets spied along the line where they are trying to confront the Nigerian youths, and then maybe 10 Nigerian youths get spied, you lost more. Yes. One Ghana youth getting spied for this is a big loss to the country than 10 of those bad eggs getting spied in Ghana. These people don't care. They have nothing to lose. You do. So my darling Rush Online, please, my brother, you need to take it easy with the hate instigation when it comes to Nigerians. Honestly, nobody knows tomorrow. Trust me. God forbid you or someone you care about might have an emergency, and maybe the good Samaritan that will save the situation might be a Nigerian. Don't you think so? Anyway, you're doing a good job on your channel. Please help us and be exposing all those negativities going on in Nigeria. But kindly do the right thing when it comes to advocating for a better Ghana against the bad Nigerians in Ghana. Do it the right way. Don't encourage bitterness and hate amongst Africans. Okay, darling? Thank you very much and keep up the good work.
So let me ask, do you think I hate Nigerians? Let me know in the comment section your honest opinion if you think I really do hate Nigerians. Let me know in the comment section. And also, have you subscribed? Why haven't you subscribed yet? Since you're following, you need to subscribe. That's the best you can do to support. So please subscribe to the channel, like, and let me know what you think about this content. in the comment section. And to my returning viewers, I salute you guys. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate y'all. To my subscribers, you guys are the most important people on this platform. I so much appreciate you. God bless you for subscribing. And I want to let you know you're really holding this channel down. Thank you so much. And I really do appreciate you guys. So those that haven't subscribed yet, are you done subscribing? Come on, get it done with so we can move forward. Okay. So this is what I heard. This is the message I got. Alright. So I was actually in a car heading to the office. Well, if to those who doesn't know, I'm a very busy person. I'm a very busy person, and my work takes a chunk of my time. So if you don't see me more often online or creating content, that is the reason why I don't create content that much or that often. So to my audience that keeps thinking or asking themselves why the content aren't coming as much as they want, this is the reason why it's not coming as much as you want. It's because I'm a very busy person and I work with one of the most prestigious companies in Ghana. Yeah, that's how big the company is. It's actually the backbone of the country, and it demands a lot. Without this company, the country is gonna collapse. So don't think I just do YouTubing. Hell no, I'm a very busy guy. I know some of you might have noticed because you can tell some of my videos are shot in the office. Yeah. So let's move forward. Hi Ella, I got your message. What do I think about the message? That's gonna be at the latter part. But for now, I want to start by telling you a story. So once upon a time, I was hanging out with my friends in my neighborhood. I got a message on one of my social media platforms. It was from a girl. I'm not gonna mention her name. She was like, "Hi, I sent you a friend request. Can we be friends?" I replied, "Hell yeah, why not? We can be friends." Then she was like, "So what's your name?" I asked her, "What's yours?" She gave her name and I gave her mine. Later on she was like, "So what do you do?" I was like, "No, what do you do?" She was quiet for a minute and later came back and was like, "No, I asked first. So what do you do?" I was like, "I'm a system and network engineer." And if you know I'm talking about IT, yeah, I'm an IT guy. Then I was like, "What about you? What do you do?" She said, "I'm currently not working, but looking for a job." I was like, "Okay, so who are you staying with?" So she now replied and was like, "Where do you live?" I told her where I was, and I was like, "Where are you living?" So she said she was living at Kaswa. I was like, "Oh, okay." But guess what? At that time, I had never been to Kaswa. I don't even know how the place looks like. Then she was like, "Okay, why don't you give me your number so we talk on phone instead of texting, because I'm lazy in texting." And I was like, "Hell yeah." I forwarded my number to her she called. Her accent was different. So I asked, where are you from? Are you a Nigerian? Because the moment you open your mouth and you're not a Ghanaian, the accent is going to give you out. And mind you, that was my first encounter with a Nigerian in my entire life. She was like, where do you live? I gave her where I live. I asked her, she confirmed again. She's at Casper. I was like, okay, so what do you do? Once again, she was like, so at the moment I'm not working, so I'm kind of like, I'm so new in the country, and I'm actually patching with an auntie. I was like, okay, an auntie, which goes by the name Auntie Success. It's like, okay. Then she was like, can we meet? I was like, I don't know if I can come all over to Kaswa, because I don't think I can come all the way to Kaswa. Then she was like, what if I come over? It's like, hey, but you just met me. You don't even know me. We're actually even just talking on phone. You haven't seen me in person. She was like, but I saw your picture on the social media platform. I was like, okay. But mind you, pictures can be deceiving. What if I'm not the one on the profile picture? Then she was like, yeah, though she doesn't know me, she can tell I'm harmless and a nice person. I was like, okay, so are you willing to take the risk? She was like, yeah, why not? She's willing to take the risk. I was like, okay, like fine. So talk to you in a bit. Then I hanged up. It got to a time, now she started having problems. Now she started having issues with her auntie. So and some issues came up and all that, which are issues she started having with her auntie. So I asked her, what was the problem really? Like, what's really going on? Then she told me her auntie wasn't truly her auntie, and that auntie was the one who brought her to Ghana. I was like, so what's actually causing the fracas between she and her auntie had to do with her auntie now wanting to push her into prostitution. And I was like, what? Prostitution? She was like, yes, that's what her auntie is trying to get her into. I was like, okay, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go ahead and get into it, or what are you going to do? Then she was like, she's even thinking of speaking to one girl she knows if she can actually patch with her. And I was like, okay, that's cool, that's a good idea. Why don't you talk to this friend and see if it's gonna work out. She spoke to the girl and even gave me the girl's number for me to plead with the girl so she can patch with her. I was like, in the first place, I don't even know the person. Like, what makes you think me talking to the person is going to change anything? Because if you knowing the person and the person is also your nationality, is a Nigerian, and the person didn't listen to you, how much more me? But I was like, okay, there's no harm in trying. Let me just give it a try. I took the number, called the person, hit the person up, hit the lady up, spoke to her. She was like, no, she isn't gonna take her in, because is gonna cause problem between her auntie and her, which she doesn't wanna have problem with that lady, so she'd rather keep to herself. So I asked her, since you're already in the country, why don't you look for something to do? She was like, yeah, she's been trying to look for something to do, but she hasn't gotten any at the moment. So if I can help her in any way, get something to do. So I asked her for qualifications, and she was like, she didn't have any qualification. She didn't have any qualification. Then she was like, she didn't have any qualifications. And I was like, okay. So I managed to get her a place to work. That's with a restaurant somewhere at Spintex. And because she wanted to leave her auntie's place so bad because her auntie, because that woman wanted to get her into prostitution, she wanted to leave the place so bad. So we spoke to the person at Spintex. That was a Nigerian lady also, and she was into Nigerian cuisines, around Spintex. And she has a couple of girls she works with, and the girl sleeps at the workplace. She has one room that the girls manages when night falls to sleep while they're working. So we spoke to her. She agreed to take her in, which she did. Then she started working. But guess what? The girl was never able to save because she was getting a whole lot of calls from her parents back in Nigeria, giving her pressure to send them money. So at times we'll be talking on the phone. She'll be so paranoid. She'll be so angry at her parents, talking, complaining, and all that. It even got to a time she gave me a parent's number. If I can call and talk to them, like, things are not that rosy over here. They're giving her too much pressure. Which I took the number, called, spoke to them, but it was like, who am I? Because I was very worried, and the pressure was actually too much. So this girl will work throughout the month, and at the end of the month send the money to them in Nigeria. That was what the girl was doing. So it was like she was 4 months in the job, and she couldn't even save as much as 50 cedis. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna help you out, and the help is I'm gonna get you a place to lay your head. So because of that, she started getting depressed. She'll be crying day in, day out. Because for her, she was thinking, how is this how she's going to be living her life? Throughout, working and sending money all over to Nigeria to her parents, leaving her with nothing. When is she going to start saving something for herself? So I was like, okay, I'm going to help her out. I spoke to her. I'm going to get you a place of your own so you can stay and figure things out, what you're going to do with your life. Then she was like, okay, that's cool. So I took her back to Kaswa, rented a place for her. It was actually one room and a porch, toilet and bath, where she used the porch as a kitchen and all that. So I actually paid 2 years for that, and she was so happy. We went out, bought a TV, a DVD player. I was having a laptop back then that I wasn't using. Gave her the laptop because I wanted her to be so comfortable, to feel so comfortable, to help her forget about the issues she's facing with regards to the family pressure and all that, because she was actually a nice person. We went out, bought a TV, DVD player, gave her my laptop, bought a cylinder, a gas stove, rice cooker, mattress, everything she needs as a woman to make her feel comfortable. A fan, everything. We finished setting up the place. She moved in. So I was actually living there. And guess what? Because she wasn't making enough from the restaurant, I was the one who asked her to quit the job, because the distance all the way from Kaswa to Spintex isn't advisable. But mind you, I wanted to rent a place around Spintex so she can get easy access to the workplace. But the money involved, the cost involved was too much for me. And besides, we're just friends. How am I supposed to carry all this burden? Like, I was like, no, let's look for a cheaper place, but a nice place as well. So that's how she managed to relocate back to Kaswa. So she was actually there for like a couple of months. And mind you, because she didn't have any qualifications, she had no work permits, she had no, she had nothing. So it was kind of like getting very difficult, because it got to a time now everything was on me. I'm supposed to feed her, I'm supposed to send her money day in, day out. I'm supposed to take care of all expenditure and all that. And hey, I had a life to live, bro. I was actually living with my kid brother back then. Like, it was me and my kid brother. My parents were living somewhere else, so I was the one even taking care of my kid brother. So imagine the pressure on me already, and adding her on top of it. So it was really getting, frustrating for me. So one day she visited and she was like, she has noticed she's kind of stressing me out. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. Because now it's more or less like we're just friends, and all of a sudden I'm the one taking care of her. And that wasn't her plans. She isn't comfortable with it. So what do I think if she accepts her auntie's offer to get into the prostitution so as to do away with the pressure she's mounting on me? Then I was like, wow, really? You're considering getting into prostitution? Is that what you really want to do? She was like, that's not what she wants to do, never. But take a look at the circumstances, take a look at what's going on. What more can she do? She has no work permits. She doesn't have nothing to even apply a job. No qualification. So what is she supposed to do? Then I was like, okay, do you know what? I'm going to give you the best advice I can give. Why don't you relocate back to Nigeria? Since that's where you're coming from, then probably you can easily figure something out over there than here. Then she was like, okay, but when she gets back, she wished she could start a business of her own. Then I was like, okay, then do you know what we're going to do? I rented a room for 2 years. You've lived in the room for just 6 months. We're going to approach the landlord, have a discussion with him that you want to opt out of the room and that you are relocating back to Nigeria. We take the remaining balance. You keep the balance. And on top of that, we're going to sell everything in the room: the TV, the DVD, the mattress, the everything, the gas stove, the cylinder, the laptop, we're gonna sell everything so you can have enough money to start something when you get back to Nigeria. Then she was like, okay, that's not a bad idea, but she doesn't want to leave. I was like, why? She was like, she's gonna miss me. I was like, hey, we're gonna be talking on the phone on a daily basis. It actually got emotional at that point, which I felt so uncomfortable with. But such as life. Guess what? We spoke to a couple of neighbors around, sold everything, and she was able to make as much as 4,000 Ghana cedis. That was how much we were able to make. I gave her the money. We went to the bus station. She bought a car. It was somewhere around Tudu. Yeah, she showed me where we're gonna get a car back to Nigeria and all that, the transport. And I went with her. She got in the bus. Then she took off. And she's currently living in Nigeria. She got back to her family, living and running her own business in Nigeria with that money. So this was my encounter with your fellow Nigerian, somebody I never knew from anywhere. Till today, she sometimes calls me. And because of that, she got back, told her family the whole story. The family called me several times to thank me for what I did for their daughter. And we became more or less like friends. From time to time, they will call, checking up on me, thanking me, showing appreciation. And that's beautiful. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're all Africans. We are all the same race. So this is what I did for a fellow Nigerian I didn't know from anywhere. What have you done for your fellow Nigerian that you claim I hate so much? What have you done for a Ghanaian living in Nigeria? Have you been able to save a situation like this? I don't think so. So before you start chastising me because I'm talking about the bad things Nigerians are doing in the country and you feel so uncomfortable with, ask yourself, what have you done for your fellow Nigerian? So, Ella, I like you so much. You are one person I follow. And I like the good work you're doing. Do you know why? Because you actually complain about the bad things some Nigerians are doing in Ghana, which I so much appreciate. For you to acknowledge the fact that your people are actually playing a bigger role in the fracas between Ghana and Nigeria. I take off my hats for you. I salute you. And not only you, there are a couple of Nigerians, and there are a couple of Nigerian content creators are so much cherished. People like Mr. Manager, Niger News. People like Lily Ogini. People like you yourself, Ella Chilaka. People like Civic Inspiration and UJTV. And I so much appreciate the work you're doing for the motherland. So this is my encounter with the first Nigerian I ever met in my life. And to tell you the truth, I don't hate Nigerians. Nobody hates Nigerians. The truth is, what Ghanaians hate about Nigerians is the problems some of them, the crimes some of them are causing in the country. And for we Ghanaians, we value our freedom more than anything. We value our peace of mind more than riches. We value our freedom of movement over everything. So the moment you come into the country, start exhibiting attitudes which is going to affect these things we cherish, we're always going to be having problems with you. So to my fellow Nigerians out there, we don't hate you. It's the crimes your people, some of your people, are committing in Ghana that we hate. So for so long, Nigerians have been talking down on Ghana, trashing Ghana. Of all the thousands of YouTubers, it was just one person who stood up to condemn the act of that idiot. So since then, Lily really won my heart. And I so much appreciate what she did. I have so much respect for her. So Ella, I don't hate Nigerians. And guess what? Do you know the kind of messages I get on a daily basis? Do you know the number of Ghanaians who are so angry at the things, at some of the things some Nigerians are doing in Ghana? You have no idea. And it's not everything I can put out. If I want to call something, it's so easy for me. I know my people. I know where to trigger them. I know the exact way I'm supposed to go to easily trigger something on the street. And this is one of the text messages I got from a Ghanaian here in Ghana. But I'm not for negativity. No. I also support the One Africa movement. And since Nigeria is part of Africa, there's no way that's going to make me hate Nigeria. I don't hate Nigerians. It's the negative things some are doing in my country that I hate. So I appreciate the fact that you already know the damage some of your people are causing in the country and are speaking to those issues. And when it comes to the video I put out, about the immigration wasn't to spark anything. The truth of the matter is, and if you see in my comment section, there's a whole lot of people who wants to champion the cause of Niger must go in Ghana. A whole lot of people are in support of it. And even if you listen to some of the voice notes I'm putting out there, a whole lot of people wants to champion that cause. Why? Because they are, one way or the other, fed up with what is going on. And there are a couple of text messages I can't even put out because I'm scared of what it might spark on the streets. As soon as I heard that out. And there are a couple of voice notes I have that I don't even want to put out because I'm scared of what it might cause on the street. Why? Because it's not every single Nigerian who is actually making us feel uncomfortable on our own land, but some are genuine and are legally staying here, which we need to acknowledge that as well. So that video I put out was to show those who were calling for the immigration to go after Nigerians who are not documented to go back to their country, that hey, this is what happened some time ago, and this was the actions of the Nigerians. That is actually what that video was intended to portray, and not the other way around. So if you feel I hate Nigerians, this is what I did for a fellow Nigerian. Now I ask, put it in the comment section. As a Nigerian, what have you done for a Ghanaian living in Nigeria? What have you done for a Nigerian even living here in Ghana? Have you been able to ever help a fellow Nigerian out like I did for your own? Hell no. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Until next time, see you in the next video. Peace. One love.